Just one more episode.
Every time you look up at me, I get the luck to look at me. Every time you look up at me, I get the luck to look at me. Every time you look up at me.
Welcome back to the channel, guys. If you're returning, if you're new here, welcome for the first time. And this is another Bullies Midwest review. Yes, I said Bullies because that's exactly what this episode was giving. Bully. So the episode starts off with Big Back and the other baddies on the PJ, and Big Back is just running her mouth as per usual, and they're on their way to St. Louis. So yeah, they're on the jet doing baddie shot o'clock and whatnot, and then they get to St. Louis and they see their new house or the new cabin for the first time, and everybody's going off on the cabin, but like, to me it just looks like a larger version of the last cabin that they stayed at in Indianapolis. So I mean, for a cabin it's pretty nice, you know, for a cabin. So then Tasiki says, we're gonna be staying in a hotel, and I'm like, who's we? And why are you staying in a hotel? Like, why can't you stay in the house with the other baddies? Why are you on the show if you're going to be staying in a hotel? This doesn't make sense. Like, are you too good to stay in the house with the baddies? It's not making sense to me. And the house is big, so it's not a matter of, you know, them not having enough space. That house looks pretty spacious. So why are you staying in a hotel? Like, you know, just more reason why she shouldn't be on the show, because you already don't say anything when you're there. It's like anyway. Next scene. So the rest of the baddies show up to the house, and then Anna now says, I'm not even going to bother looking for a room because I'm not staying here. And I'm like, girl, you too? Like, why are you guys coming on this show if you're going to stay in hotels and not in the house with the other baddies? You are not getting the full baddie experience by doing that. There's going to be things that's going to happen in the house that you're going to miss out on. You're not going to be there to see or be a part of because you're staying in a hotel. Like, what is the point? So then Tinka says she's going to go in her room and eat her cornstarch. Anybody want some? And I'm like, what? Is that a thing? Like, do people really just eat cornstarch like that? I want to know. Maybe that's why she's so thick. So in the next scene, we see Rollie, Jayla, and Natalie on their way to the radio station to do an interview. And they show a flashback from the last time they had an interview at a radio station, which was Baddies South. And it was with Krishan and Rollie and Natalie. And I'm just looking at the flashback like, man, I miss Krishan. I never thought I would say this, but I miss Krishan. Like, can we swap her for Tasiki, please? Because Tasiki's not adding nothing to the show. She's so boring, but it's a shame that everyone's too scared to tell her that, though. So yeah, they're on their way to the radio station, and I never noticed just how much Natalie smokes. Like, Natalie smokes a lot. Like, she don't even vape no more. It's just straight baddie blunts. So then Natalie tells them that they're not allowed to curse at the radio station that they're going to. And Rollie's like, bitch, how the am I supposed to not cuss? And I'm like, yeah, this is why your ratchet ass is stuck on Zeus. Because if you can't even do an interview without cussing, girl, your ass gonna stay on Zeus. So they arrive at the radio station, and it's Hot 104.1. So the interviewer, her name is Princess Storm, she greets the baddies in front of the building, and she brings them into the radio station where they're going to be having the interview. And, you know, they proceed. They have the interview. She's asking them whatever questions she wants to ask them. And there's one thing that stood out to me that Rollie said, which is that a lot of the OGs are a problem. And I find that interesting because when I think of the OGs, I think of Scotty, Natalie, Jayla, and Rollie, at least on this season. That's who I think of. I guess you can say Biggie and Anna are OGs too, and Tasiki, because they've been on the show now. Anna and Tasiki, this is their third season, and Biggie, it's her fourth. So I guess now they would be like OGs, I guess. And who else do we have? We have Tinka, we have Diamond, but I wouldn't consider them OGs because this is only like their second season. And then everybody else is new. But um, the OGs, okay, back to like the original OGs, right? Scotty, what did she do this season so far? She got pressed by Emma, who is a newbie, and they had their little situation, but after that, that was it. Like we haven't heard much from Scotty, and now that Emma's gone, we really won't. There's no work for Scotty to do. Um, who else? We have Jayla, who Jayla got into it with all the newbies. She fought Ivory at first, then she fought Big Lex, then she had her issues with Summer. They fixed that in the boxing ring. But yeah, Jayla's just been getting all the work from the newbies. Then we have Rollie. Rollie had her little situation with Diamond in the beginning, and now her storyline is basically Slim. You know, and Natalie, no one's pressed her yet. Every season there's someone to press Natalie. Last season we had Callie, and then it was Tommy, and this season there's no one really to challenge Natalie. So I feel like the OGs, they haven't been doing much in my opinion. They've been getting work from the newbies, but other than that, I mean, they haven't been doing much, and this is why I don't feel like they're really needed on the show anymore, because they're just there. They're not really contributing anything to the show anymore. I feel like, if we're gonna talk about Biggie and Anna, if they're considered OGs, then yeah, I guess that they would be the ones that are, the troublemakers, the problem starters, because they're jumping people, they're picking fights with people for no reason. So yeah, I guess they would be um the problem children this season. But I feel like the newbies are carrying this season of Baddies. I don't know if you guys agree with me or not. Let me know in the comments. But I feel like the newbies are really carrying the season. The OGs are not doing much. So I found that really interesting that Rollie said that, and Jayla even agreed. So I don't know, guys. But let me know in the comments how you feel, because I don't agree with that. And funny enough, all the OGs are at the radio station except Scotty. So then the baddies were asked who their favorite newbie was, and Rollie said Ivory, which I expected. Natalie said Big Lex, and Jayla, funny enough, couldn't pick a favorite newbie because, like I said before, they all been giving her that work this season. Me, if I had to choose one, I would say now Pretty P. I really like how she just stands on business, and she doesn't do too much, but she stand on her 10 toes. She don't tolerate any disrespect from anybody. And yeah, I just really like her attitude. She's not a follower. She's not trying to be like clicked up with anybody. Some of the newbies, they have their little cliques. My favorite newbie used to be Big Lex, but I just feel like certain situations she's a little bit biased. But I still like Big Lex. She's just not my favorite newbie. So the interview ends. The baddies are leaving the radio station, and there's screaming fans outside waiting for them. And I'm just watching this like, wow, these baddies are really like, I can't even say like, these baddies really are celebrities. It's crazy. So yeah, they get in the Sprinter, and then Tommy calls Natalie. Or was it Natalie called to? I don't know. Doesn't matter. The fact that we hear Tommy's voice lets us know that her scene is coming up real soon. And thank God too, because I'm getting bored with these bitches. So while Natalie's on the phone with Tommy, she mentions something about don't bring your chain slash knife slash gun that you bought at the reunion. And I'm like, did I miss something? I don't remember Tommy bringing any weapon to the Baddies Caribbean reunion. Did she really, like, did they edit that out? Because I don't recall Like, I don't know, guys. Let me know in the comments below. Did Tommy bring a chain slash knife slash gun to the reunion? Because I really don't remember that. But I mean, clearly she didn't listen because, we already know what's happening in her scene. So in the next scene, we go back to the baddie house where only half the cast is staying, mind you, because half of the other cast is in hotels. And we see Dolly, Big Lex, and Summer. And basically, Dolly's upset because Emma texted Pretty P and asked her if there were people in the house talking about her, if anyone had said anything about her. And Pretty P just said that Dolly and Summer said she was ugly or whatever. Basically, stuff that was already said to her face by them. So then Pretty P and Slim come out, and Dolly confronts Pretty P about what she said. And I like the answer that Pretty P gave. She was basically saying, you said it. You already said it to her face. So what is the issue if I just, repeat it, especially if I fuck with the girl? And Dolly's response to Pretty P was so dumb. I feel like Dolly and Summer are the dumbest girls on this show, because the shit they say sometimes, like Dolly's like, on baddie patrol, you on baddie patrol, and I'm like, girl, the girl asked her a question and she just answered. Okay, yeah, they're not the best of friends, but they were. That was someone that she fucked with while she was on the show. So, the girl's just calling her, asking her a question. Is anyone saying anything about me? And she's just telling her what y'all said. If you don't want anybody to know what y'all are saying, like, it is what it is. Like, yeah, she's not on the show, but why can't she keep in contact with her? That's another thing she said. Oh, well, why are you keeping in contact? She's not on the show no more. Why not? Why not? She made a friend, and what, because the show is done, they can't talk to each other anymore? Why not? There's no rule that says she can't talk to her. She made a friend, they get along, they like each other, whatever. She can talk to whoever she wants. And if she's asking her a question, if Emma's asking her a question, she has all right to answer her. If that's a bitch she fucks with. It is what it is. Because if it was Summer and Dolly, come on. Like, this wouldn't even be a conversation. So what are you guys getting at now? Like, are you guys scared of Emma? Like, what is the issue? So anyway, they run their fade. Pretty P and Dolly, they run their fade. And it looked like Pretty P won. Dolly, she snatched off her wig, but it looked like Pretty P was getting more licks in. And shout out to Dolly for not slipping on that wig, because Pretty P's wig fell and she stepped on it, and I really thought she was going to slip on that wig, but she didn't. So kudos to her. So then Slim tells Summer that she's still not over the fact that Summer spoke on her deceased parents. So then they run their fade. And I didn't like that Dolly tried to jump in. I really don't like that. What else? I would say Summer took that. I would say, none of their hits really looked like they were connecting. But if I had to give a win to someone, I would give it to Summer. I really don't like, though, how Summer just keeps talking about this girl's deceased father as if both her parents aren't deceased also. Like, that's really, really disgusting. And I don't think Slim knows that both Summer's parents are deceased, because I think if she did know, she would probably throw that in her face too, Or who knows, maybe Slim is not that type of person. But yeah, either way, Summer, I lost a lot of respect for her for that, because you really don't know Slim. I know this is a show and you guys gotta have drama just for the sake of having drama, but I really don't like that. Like, that's really a low blow. To make it worse, she just keeps saying it over and over again, like she's practically making a song out of it, and laughing like it's a joke. Like, this girl really didn't do nothing to you. Like, Summer's very disgusting for that. Oh, and shout out to Slim for quoting Krishan. y'all remember in Baddies South when Krishan said to Persuasion, was that a sneak? Or did I clean you up? Summer's like, I cleaned you up. I cleaned you up. And Slim is like, you ain't Krishan. You ain't Krishan. So Pretty P and Dolly go for a second round, and Pretty P definitely won that. She dragged Dolly from one side of the porch to the other, and she fractured her nose again. And at this point, I'm like, Dolly, you better than me, girl. Because if I was on that show, listen, I don't care that we on Baddies and we got to fight for the show. Girl, I would have been sitting out, because the way you keep getting injured, the way you keep getting all your limbs broken when you fight, you need to pull a Tasiki and just chill for the rest of the season, girl. So then Pretty P says she's done fighting. She's tired of fighting. And then Slim and Summer go for a second round. And this time, I would say Slim got the upper hand, which I'm happy for, because Summer snuck Slim. I don't know why these girls keep sneaking people. It's so pussy. But yeah, Slim took that one, and she snatched off Summer's wig. Huh? And what was funny to me was, like, Lex is here acting like the help. She fetching brushes, trying to play security, brushing wigs. I'm like, girl, are you like the help at this point? So in the next scene, we see Big Lex saying bye to Bad Dolly as she prepares to go to the hospital again for fracturing her nose in the fight with Pretty P. And I don't know if it's just me, but I didn't really see a difference in her nose. Like, Lex was looking at it, like, she was looking at her face like, oh my gosh, your nose. What happened to your nose? And I'm like, I don't see much of a difference. I mean, her nose, I don't know. I mean, she has a big nose. I don't know if it's because they didn't really do a close-up of her face, but her nose didn't look that much different to me. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Let me know if you disagree in the comments below, guys. So yeah, she leaves, and the last thing she says before she gets in the car, she tells Lex, trust me, when I come back, it's going to be lit. And I'm like, girl, just take your L and move on, girl. Ugh, like, you see the way Pretty P dragged her? Does she want to break her neck next? So in the next scene, we see Timon and Pumbaa, a.k.a. Biggie and Anna. They're walking towards the house, and when they get in front of the house, Anna's telling Biggie, you're going to have to talk to, what's her name? Nunu soon, and, get your issue over and done with her. And right when she says that, Nunu comes out, a.k.a. Taraji P. Henson. I swear she reminds me of Taraji, guys. So this is where I got annoyed, because Biggie, she's another dummy. She's basically telling Nunu that she set her up with J.O. That she knew that J.O. was going to hit her, and why she didn't ask Biggie for a fair one. And I'm like, what? Girl, this girl doesn't have to tell you shit. You guys were not friends last season. You guys were not friends. If anything, you were her op, because she had an issue with Anna, and you were Anna are supposedly cousins. So why would Nunu tell you anything? Whether she knew J.O. was going to hit you or not. And furthermore, J.O. told Tasiki that she was going to hit you. And you and Tasiki are friends. So if you and Tasiki are friends, and Tasiki knew that J.O. was going to slap you and she didn't tell you, Biggie, you need to run it with Tasiki. You need to run a fade with Tasiki. Because what kind of friend is that? And I know Tasiki said she likes J.O., but still. She's your friend, Biggie. She should have told you. Because according to J.O., Biggie knew that she was going to get hit. She did a live recently, too, saying it. It's a shame I didn't record the live. But she recently did a live saying that Biggie knew very well that she was going to get hit by her at the reunion. And she told Tasiki. So for Biggie to say that Nunu set her up is crazy. Because she was never set up, but she did sneak Nunu at the Rage Room. And Nunu said, in this scene, she wanted to run a fade with Biggie. And they did. And Nunu won. And I like the fact that this time it was really a fair one because Anna didn't jump in, although she really wanted to. Because she was really coaching Biggie during their fight. Her fight with Nunu. Yeah, so they fight. And what really annoyed me is Biggie had the nerve to cry and complain about how Nunu ripped her wig, blah, blah, blah. You owe me a new wig. You ripped my wig and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, okay, this is what Biggie looked like right after her fight with Nunu. Okay? As you can see, her wig is still on her head. Okay? Nunu did not rip that girl's wig. Okay? They were fighting. She didn't even try to pull the wig off. Like, she was throwing hands. Okay? She was throwing hands. And, you know, like everybody knows, when you fight and you're wearing a wig or a ponytail or whatever, your hair's gonna get messed up. That's just life. Your hair's gonna get messed up. Wig might fall off. Wig might, you know, even if it's not intentional, your wig might get snatched off, or it might fall off, or your hair just might, you know, get messy or out of place. You know, so I'm like, and then Anna, oh, her wig, you got the wig. I'm like, are y'all for real? Are you guys serious? Are you guys? And then Biggie had the nerve to, oh, you need to get me a new wig, and you gonna pay my stylist to put my wig back on. Even though in her confessional she said that it took her forever to fix her wig. All of a sudden you have a stylist? Okay, Biggie. So yeah, she's just going on and off about this wig, and I'm like, oh gosh, y'all are so annoying. Ugh. Literally, it was just the front of her wig that got lifted. Her wig was still on her head after the fight. She was bitching and crying for no reason. So then Tinkerbell comes outside after hearing all the commotion. Tasiki pulls up from wherever the hell she just came from. And all of a sudden, Biggie's wig is all the way off. I don't know why she took it all the way off. I don't know if it was to make it look more dramatic for Tasiki. But eventually, all the girls came outside. And they were just all like yelling at each other, going back and forth. Biggie got super, super mad when Jaden came out, and you know she's cussing her, and just doing the most. And it was so annoying. This scene was so pointless. But damn, if I got $1 for every time Biggie said nigga in this scene, oh my gosh, like every other word was nigga, nigga, nigga. And, like, I mean, it is what it is. Like, Biggie's black. She could say it. Anna, no, Anna, you can't say nigga. You're not really black, baby. But Biggie could say it. She's black, whatever. But it's just like, damn, like, every other word. Like, she was just so mad. Like, she was just throwing that word, like. She was really mad. Pumbaa was pressed. Taraji had Pumbaa pressed. And guys, why does Jaden always look so damn high in her confessionals? Like, my girl could barely talk. She can't keep her eyes open. Oh my, like, she hitting them baddie blunts hard. My girl is high like a kite. And Tinker's so extra for just yelling out ho at the end of the scene like that. How? Right before closing the door. She's so random. So in the next scene, we see Slim and Jasmine Renee playing volleyball against Big Lex and Pretty P. And the girls are basically asking Slim, like, you know, what's going on with you and Rollie right now? And Slim is like, well, I'm not that girl's assistant. It is what it is. So they're like, okay, well, what's going to happen if she tells you got to leave? And she's like, I'm not going anywhere. Slim's like, I'm not leaving. Also gave them the backstory behind her and Rollie's beef. She mentioned how she spoke about Rollie's son, and also that Rollie spoke about her father first. And I like that Slim keeps mentioning that because it seems like people keep forgetting that Rollie did speak on Slim's father first. Okay? Rollie had no right to speak on Slim's father. First of all, the man is deceased, so you never met him. And, a lot of people think, oh, well, all she said was that, her father wasn't really black and blah, 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 blah. First of all, that's a lie. We all saw a picture of the man. Slim put her father's picture on Instagram. That man is a black man. Okay? He's black. Like, Rollie does not know Slim's family better than her. Okay? And number two, Rollie said a lot more than just Slim's father not being black. She said, oh, I hope the maggots eat him in his grave and whatnot. Like, she said some other nasty things about Slim's father other than just him not being black. So people need to keep that in mind and not just, victimize Rollie and act like Slim is the only one in the wrong. Because like I said in my last review, they are both fair game. And furthermore, Slim is not the first baddie to speak on Rollie's son. Okay, Sukiana spoke on Rollie's son back in Baddies East. She called Rollie's son ugly to her face in front of everybody. And Rollie forgave her. They made up right after. So why is there all of this smoke for Slim? So Shakana asked Slim if she put her 2 weeks notice since she quit her assistant position. And I'm looking at Shakana like, girl, why you so corny? The little time you do speak, you gotta say some corny shit like that. So Rollie arrives to the baddie house and she's walking towards the volleyball court where the girls are playing volleyball. And I guess Lemmy must have been busy because Scotty's tagging along with her. So Penguin Feet serves Slim up with an eviction notice, and we get to find out it's because Scotty, my gosh, Scotty told Rollie that Slim was talking a lot of shit about her. And I'm like, girl, the one time you do open your mouth on the show, it's to snitch. And then she couldn't even, to make it worse, she couldn't even tell us or tell Rollie specifically what it was Slim said. She just kept saying, oh, she was talking a lot of crazy shit, a lot of shit. And I was like, what exactly did she say? Like, girl, are you the mouth of the South both ways or nah? So then Rollie and Slim run one last fade. And Miss Chin and her loud mouth ass, she comes out and she says how she got too many assistants, and if she's not going to be assisting Rollie, she has to go. And I'm like, Natalie, you got too many assistants? Why we never see any one of them while you're filming Baddies? Why don't we ever see any of your assistants on the show? Anyways, Slim goes upstairs to have a talk with Natalie after Natalie finds out that Slim and Rollie just fought, and then Rollie sneaks her, which was so uncalled for. Like, first of all, you're already like 5 times her size, okay? Even after your 10 surgeries that you did, you're still like 5 times her size, and then you're gonna sneak her? I hated that. Like, guys, this scene really pissed me off. So then, as if that wasn't bad enough, while Slim is getting into it with Rollie, Summer's dumbass comes and sneaks her too for no reason. Now this made me even more mad because it's like, Summer, you really don't have no beef with this girl. Leave her alone. At least Rollie kind of has a reason, but Summer, like, that's straight up bullying. I'm sorry, you're really bullying this girl. You're just beating on her just to beat on her. Like, let it go, Summer. Let it go. Oh my gosh. Like, I just want somebody to just bust her. Like, where's Ivory when you need her? Like, can someone just beat this bitch ass? So after all that, Slim has the nerve to say, can I get a shot? And I'm like, honestly, after all y'all just put this girl through, the least you could do is give her a damn shot before you send her out of the house. So Natalie and her loud mouth ass is yelling. I don't know why she's always yelling. Like, ugh. So she's, yelling, saying that she's going to help Slim pack. And Rollie's downstairs with the other baddies, just explaining to them what happened with Slim and how she just evicted Slim. And Summer's there just, talking her shit. Nunu's there trying to find out, how Rollie feels and if Rollie will give Slim a chance and if she's willing to have a conversation with Slim. And they're basically telling Summer, like, look, you were wrong for sneaking Slim and you need to just mind your own business. Even Rollie's telling her that. And I'm actually, that's the only thing Rollie did in this scene that I actually like. She told Summer to mind her own business. But you know how Summer's stubborn ass is. She don't see no wrong in what she does. But I really do like the fact that Nunu was being neutral and she wasn't like laughing at the situation or encouraging Rollie or just, just taking up for Rollie being on her side. She was very neutral. And this this scene just made me respect Nunu even more. I mean, I'm really, really liking Nunu this season, guys, compared to last season. So all the baddies do baddie shot o'clock, and that scene wraps up there. So then we go back upstairs to where we have Natalie, Jayla, Big Lex, Tinkerbella, and Slim. And Slim is supposed to be packing to leave, but she said she doesn't want to pack on camera. And Natalie is just getting annoyed with her, and I'm like, why? Like, if she doesn't want to pack on camera, just cut the cameras. But they need a this scene with Slim so bad. I don't know why. So yeah, this scene really annoyed me. Like, basically Jayla and Natalie, they're just gaslighting the hell out of Slim. It was so annoying it was so hard to watch. Annoying is not the word, more like angry, because they're just really like being condescending and gaslighting this girl. Like, she's over it. She's upset. She's sad. She thought she was going to come on Baddies and, make up with Rollie, get her best friend back. And that's not what happened. Instead, she got bullied and now she has to come off the show. And, like I feel like the only reason she agreed to this humiliation, she agreed to this so-called assistant job, was because she really felt like she was gonna leave the show with her friendship back, and that's not what happened. So she's upset, she's sad, and Natalie and Jayla, especially Natalie, like, they're not making it any better. Natalie is just, they're trying to force a conversation with Slim. Slim is like, yo, bro, I don't want to talk. Like, she looks like she just wants to be left alone to pack her shit and go. And Natalie's there, like, yanking on her arm, telling her, oh, look at me. I'm trying to talk to you. I'm trying to have a conversation with you. And I don't have to do this. And I'm just like, girl, no one's asking you to do anything. Slim she doesn't want to talk to nobody. She doesn't want to pack her shit on camera in front of all of y'all. Like, why can't you guys just leave her alone? You guys bullied her. You guys, like, just leave the girl alone. Ugh. Like, do you expect her to be appreciative or show you any type of gratitude? Like, you're not doing this girl a favor. And then Jayla's dumbass. Oh, everyone's baddie experience is different, and this is just yours. Like, is she supposed to be okay with what just happened? Are you guys trying to make this seem like this is something okay? Like, this is something, oh, this is just a normal thing. Yeah, it's just your experience. No, this should not be anyone's experience. No one should have to come on this show and get bullied the way she did. And yes, to some extent, she did agree to some type of humiliation, but this went too far. Okay, the sneaking, it just went too far. It went too far. And then you got Natalie here, little girling her again, talking her Slim like she's her kid. Like, this is not Journey, Natalie. This is not Journey you're talking to. This is a grown ass woman. And you guys are playing in her face again. Scotty had the nerve to say Slim was playing in Rollie's face. No, y'all have been playing in Slim's face the entire time she's been here. Jayla had the audacity to say, oh, Everyone here welcomed you with open arms. No one here disrespected you outside of Rollie and girl. Y'all really take this girl for a fool. Y'all really take this girl for a fool. OMG. Who welcomed Slim with open arms? Who? I can say just Ivory, honestly. Just Ivory. Just Ivory. You know, Nunu was nice to her, I guess. Pretty P, you know, she seemed interested in getting to know her. But I can honestly say I think only Ivory welcomed her with open arms. Only Ivory stood up for Slim. The rest of y'all are just followers. Following Rollie. You know, again, with the exception of Nunu, Pretty P, you know, trying to be neutral. But I can honestly say it was just Ivory that welcomed her with open arms. But you know what? This kind of has to be a lesson for Slim. Not all money is good money. And, you know, anybody, because, okay, if it was me, if I was in Slim's position and someone talked about my deceased parent, there's no way I'm going to work for you. There's no way we can be friends again, especially if I don't get an apology. There's just no way. I have too much pride. So the fact that you never got an apology from this woman and you still agreed to come on this show and be her assistant and be humiliated, you know, yes, I get it. It's for a check. You probably really needed the money and you probably didn't expect it to be, you know, to go as far as it did. But still, you know, sometimes you have to just put integrity before money. You know, money is the root to all evil. But sometimes you gotta put integrity before money. Put your pride and your respect before money. Because I'm sure Slim's family is watching this. And how do they feel? They must feel so disappointed and embarrassed. I know if Slim was my sister, I would cuss her stink for being on this show. For allowing this woman to do this to her after what she said about her father. I'd be angry with Slim if I was her relative after seeing this. But hey, you know what? For some people, they'll accept any type of humiliation if the price is right. And we all know Zeus got the bag. Slim, if I were you, girl, whatever it is they're offering you to show up to this reunion, make them double it. Okay? Tell them to double it. Because they got you all the way effed up this entire season. Natalie talking about, I don't even carry my own bags. But Slim, look, I'm carrying yours. That's crazy. And I'm like, Natalie, y'all know y'all just want that girl up out of there quick before the main storyline shows up to the house. Because she's on her way there. She'll be there in about an hour. And it's Tommy. But the episode ends here. So unfortunately, we have to wait until the next episode to see Tommy. But let me know what you guys feel about this review. Be sure to leave a like, a comment, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And I look forward to seeing you in the next review. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Baby, go rise on me. My little baby, go rise.